election postponement is serving a course. Many residents have trooped out to the Independent National Electoral Commission headquarters to collect their permanent voter cards. However, INEC officials say a large number of people are still unresponsive.
Some people either be mischievous, will not come for their card, and yet they will be shouting they haven't been given their card, they have gone and it's not, and they say it's not there. They are there now. We are to compile the list of the cards we still have in hand, their names, so that we publish it for people to see those who haven't come forward to pick their card.
Another group maximizing the postponement is the police force. In Kano State, the force gathered area commanders and DPOs to sensitize them on their roles, as well as how to direct the electorate during the upcoming general elections.
Well, this postponement has given us an opportunity to even get more prepared. You know, like with the seminar we're having today, is a preparation towards the elections. We didn't stop because they said they have postponed the elections. We went ahead with the seminar because we know that it is going to be beneficial to both the police, the electorate, and indeed everybody.
The force is assuring Nigerians that they will be fully prepared to work with INEC towards a violent-free election. Next time, we'll certainly bring you more stories from other parts of the country. Back to you, Chamberlain.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Iniba. We'll be back in just a moment here. Please don't go away. Welcome back. Well, let's take a moment and go over to where Mary Alala Yusuf is. She has some questions for us today. Tell us about it, Mary.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Now, there have been arguments for it and against it. But finally, the general elections have been postponed for 6 weeks, from the 14th and 28th of February to the 28th of March and 11th of April, respectively. What do you make of it? Our question this time is, do you think the postponement of the general elections by INEC is justified? You can say yes, no, or don't care. To vote, just go to channelstv.com, click on your choice, and click vote. Or you can call the number 01-404-1219 and follow the voice prompt. Expectedly, people are reacting all over the country, and here are some reactions from Imo State.
It's a welcome development because of the number of people itching to have their cards for various obvious reasons.
Nigeria is tensed up. Everybody wants this election to come and go so that we'll rest. Everybody will face their business.
Now we take you to the north for some more reactions. Kaduna and Niger.
Pakistan, Iraq, all the elections, despite that their own situation is far worse than our own. So there's no justification for extending this election.
I believe it's all in the interest of all Nigerians. And I believe that everybody should just maintain peace. Even if it is postponed, it should still be held peacefully.
That's it on Talk Back for tonight. Let's get back to Chamberlain for closing moments on Nigeria 2015.
Well, thank you, Mary. Yes, and it's closing moments. I will not attempt to put that question to the guest here, or else you know what can happen. We may not have all the time for that. But gentlemen, let's get our closing comments now. Solutions to ensure that supporters of both parties conduct themselves decently and avoid violence.
Yeah, I've told you, I don't think there's any genuine supporter that will come to a rally to cause problems or crisis. You know what I've just told you? That there are people who come to rallies for business. And this, I'm trying to share my experience over the past 12 years. Yes. There are people who come to rallies just to, they are pickpockets. They come there to settle scores with rival gangs, you know, and all that. We saw it. I told you I was just sharing, you know, the problem with Garnet Office, and he told me something. So we have to find a way to manage it. In 2011, I noticed that the moment we finished our rally, you know, at Chita Bay Surere, you know, near Teslim Balogu, as we were moving out, I saw people robbing, taking people's phones, smashing them. Some people come and say, Joe, but is that what you are promising us? I felt ashamed of myself. Then in 2011, I alerted Udmos. I said, seize the entire place, and it didn't happen. Seize the entire place, and it did. It didn't happen.
Okay.
You mentioned 12 years ago you started attending rally. I started attending rally in 1983. So you see that I'm your senior in politics. Just take note of that. I started attending rallies when I was in secondary school. So take note of that. That's good, making that point. But let me say this, very seriously. We need to have the police force doing what they need to do when it comes to rally. We need more men at rallies so that they can be able to check the excesses of these boys who are mostly not members of the political party. That's a fact. But one thing again, I will not miss my point. Let my brother Joe Igbokwe talk to those people who breed gangsters.
Who are they?
Right. We'll come back to that in a minute. Tokwe is standing by in Owerri. Hello, Tokwe.
I think the controversy surrounding the distribution of the permanent voter cards in Imo State is gradually coming to an end. Because the last time I told you about the little problem we have in Owerri North local government area, where out of the 12 wards we have in the local government, 2 have been able to get their permanent voter cards. But just yesterday, the INEC Public Affairs Officer, Mrs. Ben Opara, confirmed to us that for the remaining 10 wards, the PVCs are on ground. They just brought them from the headquarters in Abuja. So by tomorrow, the distribution of the PVCs to the remaining 10 wards in Owerri North local government area will commence. So, and she said due to the public holiday given by the state government on Thursday and on Friday to enable voters collect their permanent voter cards, they've been able to achieve 80% of distribution of the permanent voter cards in Imo State, which she said between now and March 8th, which is the deadline for the distribution of the permanent voter cards, 100% will be achievable.
All right, then, Tokwe, thank you very much indeed. Well, let's quickly, maybe I should even read some comments before we wrap it up here today. So let me reverse that order for just a minute. We've got feedback, comments coming from those who are watching. Omoduku says, I've not been able to get my PVC despite several attempts. Although I have confirmed card availability online, on INEC website, we're told that some cards have been destroyed for no reason. And then, trying to see the name, Aramide says, I like the way and manner that the election is being shifted because the tension, especially in Lagos, is high, and it was so high, a couple of threats, he says, happened. Okay, but he also says, who knows, that the new date should be stuck to. We also have this one. He says, I still don't understand why the 2015 elections are being postponed. It is obvious that the postponement was based on one party's interest, and it ought not to be influenced by anybody's decision. So there you go, comments coming through from those who are watching. And let's get back to closing words now from both of you. Do you think that at the end of the day, when we conduct these elections, a winner emerges, and a loser emerges, will both parties accept the results? Let me start with you this time.
There's nothing you can do when that happens. The only option you have is to go to the tribunal if you feel that there are some irregularities during the course of conducting the election. And that is what we stand for.
Well, if the elections are free and fair, there's no reason why you will not accept the result. It's only when it's not free and fair, and when it is so glaring, or when you see the impunity, you know, or use the police to muzzle us the way they muzzle us in Ekiti State, you know. Of course, you know what is going on in Ekiti State now. So
okay, all right, we're out of time completely. We have to go, but let me do something, because not every time that viewers have the opportunity of seeing some of what we see behind the cameras. So now, the thing about it is that politicians do some things that you don't get to see all the time. So let's ask them to do some of those things they do behind the scenes. There you go. So this is what happens sometimes.
We are not the problems. We just told you that those people who don't have any business doing at the rallies that are causing the problem. The pickpockets. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's the picture supporters should go to bed with tonight. So we need to maintain the peace. No matter what happens, there will be a Nigeria after the elections. Well, that's the show today. We thank you all for watching, and we'll hope that you will join us again tomorrow. From me, Chamberlain, so on behalf of everybody here today, good night.